You ever see something happen at a poker table so strange, you start wondering if the deck itself is messing with you? Lovely day, poker enthusiast. Yesterday at Sal's room, our Montreal Trip Day 1C fired up. 11 pairs squared off, but 10 move on to Day 2, so almost the whole field survives the bag chips. Angie absolutely ran the room, stacking 323k to lead the pack. Andrew Bushett takes 184k. Brian Reynolds 136k. Mike locked up 103k, and Johnny Mary closed out the century mark with 100k. Also advancing are Jay, Andrew Delaney, Sanjay, and Steve Oates.
But Angie didn't just bag chips, she commandeered the whole operation. I'm pretty sure the dealer asked her if she wanted to shuffle the deck herself at one point.
And a storyline that keeps repeating lately. Mike and Brian, again scooping seats and knocking players off the final table. If you've been watching the room the last few weeks, those two keep showing up exactly when the seats are handed out.
Coincidence? Me arse, boy.
Right?
I got yarn on the conspiracy board connecting them seats like a map of the Avalon Peninsula.
Oh, I bet you do. Then the sensational Saturday game fired up, and according to Mike, things got statistically ridiculous. Pocket kings were dealt 6 times in 5 hands. Mike himself had king-king 3 hands in a row, and 4 of the 5 hands total. One of those hands turned into king-king versus king-king between Mike and Linda Lamb. The probability Mike calculated for that run? Roughly 1 in 18.6 billion.
But that's not probability. That's Don's voodoo spellbook. I seen her look at the deck like she was negotiating with it.
Whether it was variance or voodoo, the official high hand of the night went to Karen Coates with 3 5s full of 9s.
Karen, 3 5s full of 9s, holds up and leaves everyone else wondering why the deck turned into a king distribution center.
Over on ClubGG, the Saturday Speedway saw 8 players and 7 rebuys. Dirk Diggler grabbed 25 for third. Bam Bam Jan takes 34 for second. And Jim Whalen scooped the win and $45.
Jim was driving that speedway like a fella on the outer ring road. No speed limit at all, boy.
The daily free buy had 60 players and 20 rebuys, with Rowdy Frowdy and Noof 203 coming out on top.
Ray.
The Montreal Step 1 drew 51 players and 4 rebuys, and the sole ticket went to Rowdy Frowdy. Basically, he decided yesterday he was taking over the lobby.
That man wasn't playing poker. He was collecting rent, boy.
The nightly shuffle had 23 players and 30 rebuys, sending 560 seats to Wooly, Tina Chafe, Alin, Arfitz, and Igor Beaver. The Montreal Step 2 finished with 9 players and 5 rebuys, where 233 seats went to Yasniv and Ninja.
If that fella shows up in Montreal dressed like a stealth assassin, I'm not asking questions.
Now, if you're planning your poker day today, there's a couple of things you should know. Live at Sal's room, the 3K added game has been postponed until 5 p.m. because of the snowstorm overnight. We want people to get their driveways cleared, the roads cleaned up, and nobody has to rush out in the snow. So the 3K added game fires at 5 p.m. today at Sal's room.
Which is perfect, boy. Shovel the driveway, have a coffee, then come use your stack responsibly.
Online, the schedule of the day is absolutely stacked. 2 p.m. Sunday Shuffle, a free roll to win the 60 seat. 5 p.m. Montreal Step 1. 6 p.m. our daily free buy. 7 p.m. the Sunday Showdown. That's our big game satellite. And there are already 14 players pre-registered. So I'm thinking that one could easily give out 3 or 4 seats tonight.
That Sunday Showdown's going to be a bloodbath, boy. Seats flying everywhere. I sees it now.
At 8 p.m. we've got Montreal Step 2, and also at 8 p.m. the Nightly Shuffle. 8:35 Phil's Thrill, and 9 p.m. the Lightning PKO.
That's not a schedule. That's a poker marathon.
And one more thing to keep on your radar. The Run Good You Legend Freeroll series starts March 28th Every Saturday afternoon, $50 guaranteed prize pool, free entry, optional rebuys, and the password gets posted for Facebook subscribers. Quick question for you. Are you taking a shot when it launches?
But whoever wins the first one is going to be walking around Sal's room like they owns the place. I'm investigating that championship already.
Somebody is going to become the first Run Good You Legend Freeroll champion, and once that happens, that name becomes part of the story here. Poker is a strange game. Some nights you grind for every chip, and other nights pocket kings show up 4 times in 5 hands.
Either way, the story keeps rolling.
Thanks for watching. See you on the felt, and Run Good You Legend.